Hello everyone, welcome back to GameSpot. Good morning if you're here on the West Coast. It is early, but we are getting ready for the Red Dead Redemption 2 third trailer. Yeah, Rockstar has promised they're going to drop the third trailer, presumably the last thing before E3, where we're hoping to see the game. I'm Mike Mahardy, here with Jake Decker.
I'm so excited.
And Rob Hanley.
I'm very excited.
And what are we going to do today before? So that 8 a.m. Pacific, the trailer should drop.
8 a.m. Pacific was what they tweeted, I think Monday.
Okay, so we're going to pull it up, and then we're going to watch it, and then watch it again, and then probably scrub through it a few times just to look up at little details. Jake's our resident Red Dead Redemption expert, Red Dead specifically. Rob here will be, no, you'll be playing as well. If we get through a couple of earlier trailers, we'll be playing Red Dead. It's got 4K support now on Xbox One, right?
Mm-hmm.
Backwards compatible.
You'll be able to tell on the stream, but it's
yeah,
kind of cool.
But I mean, if you want to replay the game before Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out in October, and you have an Xbox One X, then you can actually play it in 4K as well as a 4K TV. But what do you want to do first? Do you want to watch through early trailers first? The first one of the first two trailers.
Sure.
You just want to play. Let's watch through the first couple trailers and see what we know about the game so far. Because we've seen they did an initial teaser where they were showing kind of like landscape stuff. That was a while ago at this point, right?
Yeah, that was over a year ago, I'm pretty sure.
And then
maybe even longer.
Yeah, because I was here for
behind the scenes here.
I was here for that live stream. I missed the last one. I forgot where I was, but the second one showed a little more. But here we can.
So this is trailer 2. Do we care about trailer 1? Probably not.
As much. I think we should watch.
It's
a minute long.
But no, you got 2 up. Let's watch 2. So this is the most recent trailer from what, like 4 months ago, was it? 5?
Yeah.
Should I be saying like stop here?
You got some money for me, boy?
It.
Seen your name in our ledger.
So Rockstar's making it.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black on your behalf. We got lawmen in 3 different states after us. They chased us from the west, they chased us over the mountains.
We'll need an extra gun.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
Where's our money? Do you have my back? Always, Dutch.
Product not yet rated.
All right, so Jake.
Spring 2018.
Yeah, ignore that. What do we know from that? Who's the dude we keep seeing talking to everybody?
So that is Arthur Morgan. He is he's the protagonist.
Okay.
You do have a theory that he may not be the only one.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes sense, right? Looking back at GTA 5, because we had I forget their names, Franklin,
Trevor, and
Michael.
The pullout. And that was such a specific thing they developed for GTA 5. It'd be weird not to use it, in my opinion, for Red Dead 2. But I could see how it might not fit. My initial like far-fetched theory and like insane, impossible theory is that you could switch between 7 members of the gang. Pipe dream theory. It's not gonna happen. But anyway.
That's based on, not so much that trailer, but the previous trailer, there was like the ending silhouette. Or not silhouette, it was the classic 7
The
guys on
teaser
horses.
image before the first stream was that 7 people on like the horizon.
Because once again, like Red Dead Redemption takes place after John Marston has left the gang. And in Red Dead Redemption 2, you are a character in the gang. You're Arthur Morgan. You're under Dutch, who we saw at the end, who was also in the original Red Dead Redemption.
He was part of John Marston's gang, right?
He was, yeah.
Okay. Him and Bill. What was Bill's name?
Bill Williamson.
Bill Williams is the one you're hunting down at the beginning of Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
And he's at the fort or whatever. So Arthur Morgan, do we know his connection to anybody?
Nope.
No.
From what we can, at least from what I've seen, like maybe someone on Reddit or, Reset Error or something has like put all the pieces together by now, but based on that trailer in the first trailer, it's pretty hard to say.
Don't you think, you were saying that your theory for this game is that it's going to take place before and after Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, I think so. Red Dead Redemption was like, it basically is like one continuous timeline. So you start out hunting him down and you play through that. I think this game will start before and it will play through the events of Red Dead Redemption, although you won't see those.
Yeah.
That's my theory. A lot of people probably don't believe that. I made a video about that and people were like, this guy's crazy.
Yeah.
And I am.
Oh.
But
Should we cut the gameplay and continue the conversation?
Yeah, we can play.
we can do that.
Yeah, so you also thought at the point where Arthur Morgan was talking to that little kid, you thought that kid might be John Marston in his youth.
So
Or that's a possibility.
I think there's a better shot of it maybe being Jack Marston in his youth.
Who is John's son,
John's
right?
son. That's like, I don't know if that's necessarily true. It's just kind of a cool theory that I have rattling around in my brain.
And wouldn't that make the story at that point parallel to Red Dead Redemption?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I was
Jack
kind
is
of
a kid during 2010's Red Dead Redemption.
Correct. Yeah.
What I
and
was
there's some other. Go ahead.
What I was gonna ask was, you mentioned Dutch being the same character. Like he was presumably in that trailer, right?
He's at the very end.
Yeah.
Dutch,
He's
yeah.
like,
What's his age in this game? 'Cause I don't remember.
geez, I don't quite remember.
I think Dutch is like
Dutch
John
is-
Marston's age, right?
I think he's older than John Marston because.
But he was part of the gang though, like
Yeah.
yeah.
So he looked, I don't know.
He
40?
yeah, he definitely looked younger in
Yeah,
this Red
in
Dead
the trailer.
Redemption 2 trailer.
Yeah.
And then one other thing that I kind of got from this trailer, whether or not it's true, but I think that Red Dead Redemption 2 will definitely follow a similar formula to GTA 5 in that you'll kind of be preparing for heists. Not like, I don't think it'll be as focused on heists. I think it'll be more about the characters. However, just based on that trailer, we saw them robbing a train.
Yeah.
We saw them robbing a bank. So I have a feeling like it won't be as much of a focus, but there'll definitely be similar scenarios where like, hey, we got to prepare for this heist. Like, I need you to recruit this guy. And if you saw, I think it's Arthur Morgan talking to that Native American guy.
Yeah.
And like, that just seems like...
He's the one that said like we're gonna need more guns or something.
Exactly. It just seems like they're setting up for some sort of heist.
Like you're
I'm gonna
recruiting.
head to a...
What part of the game is this save in, do you know? for those
This
things?
is shortly after I crossed over to Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Mexico.
Where...
So this morning I was actually looking at, out of curiosity, like what was the rollout of trailers for GTA 5 and if they were going to do some similar, and you know, because we had at some point with GTA 5 they started showing off like GTA Online, right, and actual gameplay. And if we were to compare Red Dead Redemption 2 to GTA 5, trailer 3 for GTA 5 was all about the characters. It was like the individual. Yeah, it was technically
Oh yeah.
3 trailers, but they also
vignettes, kind of?
exactly specifically on Trevor and Michael and Franklin. So whatever posse, if there is one, maybe we could see some of that. I mean, 7 trailers. If it's going to be 7 people is doubtful, but
There goes our day.
F. But I don't know. Maybe it's not 7.
Yeah,
You know? Like,
I mean, what I'm hoping for most of all this trailer is I'm hoping there's a little more to it than the other 2. Like, the first one just showed landscapes, and it was like a minute long. The second one was like, I think almost 2 minutes long, and it showed a bit more, but like, I don't know. I want to know more.
Give an overall sense of the plot, maybe. So like there was that leak a while ago about where it takes place, and it looked like it was more of a Hateful Eight territory, like kind of plains, as opposed to like the Mexican border. But then they showed alligators in the trailer.
We can pull up the map right here.
it like northeast or
is a
something?
swampy.
because this is Red Dead 2.
Yeah. Well, at least the map that leaked, it stems off of this map. Like, if you
like
compare
north.
the map, you can see that there is tall trees. You can see that there's Henniganstead, McFarland Ranch. So Thieves Landing is kind of swampy. So I think what we saw in that trailer with the alligators, I think it's Thieves Landing. I think it's just more realized.
So Red Dead 2 is supposedly like northeast-ish of this, right?
I think there's overlap, right? So I think it's gonna kind of take place in this area and then up the mountains to the north, because
You saw mountains and stuff.
you see snow, you see mountains. I don't think we'll be going down to Mexico this time. I think it'll be mostly focused in the U.S.
Okay. What are those purple marks on the map again? Those are the side quests you can just come
I think
across?
they're strangers. What are they called?
Strangers,
Freaks
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
strangers?
Yeah.
Strangers and freaks.
Those ones are always interesting.
Yeah.
What
but
time
yeah,
do we have right now?
It is 7:42, 7:43.
Okay.
So yeah, for those of you who are joining us, we're highly anticipated for this trailer coming up at 8 a.m. Pacific. So we're going to be playing Red Dead 1 and talking about that.
Assuming it'll be on maybe like Rock, or are they gonna tweet it or just? Or no, they'll just put it right up on their YouTube channel. I'm assuming. So we're gonna try
YouTube,
to.
yeah.
We'll watch it like a couple times through and then scrub through it.
Yeah, exactly. At 8 a.m. we'll watch it here twice and then scrub through it, talk about it for another 15 minutes, and call it an early morning for us. But yeah, I'm stoked. I bet it's gonna be characters. Jake, like you kind of like said it best. Like the first trailer was establishing setting, right? Like maybe 2 you could argue is just like general plot or like themes, and like now tone even, yeah, like clearly like I don't know, I want to say like not like a revenge story, but like they were I don't know, a lot of the shots of just like buildings getting like lit up.
Yeah.
Like, even the first lines about him threatening that boy or like person.
I think in the first trailer it hints more to like sort of a revenge on the run.
Right.
Because at the very end it's like
Arthur Morgan
you
seems
gotta
like a
run,
real
boy.
jerk.
I know.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. I mean, I'm curious to see what they do, because that was, I know a lot of people complained about GTA 5 was that the characters the characters kind of sucked. Like you weren't really, I mean, I was rooting for them, but I know a lot of people weren't rooting for them.
like sucked it as in they were like kind of shitty.
Yeah, they were
like,
just assholes.
bad asshole
and
people,
like
yeah.
one of the cool things with Red Dead, and especially Red Dead Redemption, was that the characters are so good in this game. Like John Marston, I think, is one of the best characters in a video game. So I'm kind of, and he was like, I wouldn't say he's a good person, but he's redeemable, right? I mean, redemption, right? Makes sense.
Damn.
And like, you know, GTA is a little different, right? Because you're supposed to kind of play a jerk, and Arthur Morgan seems like a jerk. So I'm kind of curious to see how they characterize him.
What do you want, gringo?
I'm gonna skip this.
Are you going to ride with me?
Yeah. But then, what are the odds that they'll say anything about multiplayer yet?
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will at all. That's the last thing on their mind, in a way, I want to say. Like, as far as, like,
more
rolling
than
that out.
usual, I am interested in that. After GTA 5's, after GTA Online's continued success, I'm wondering how they'll. I mean, I'm not. Everybody's like, oh shit, they could do this in a Western setting, they could do that. This looks really good, by the way. Again, this might not be coming across on the stream, probably won't be. Or no, I'm sure it looks good, yeah. For a 2010 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this year was what? Reach? The first Black Ops, I believe, 2010s?
Yeah, 2000, because Halo Reach and I think Black Ops 1 came out at the same time.
I wonder, like, we'll
This
see
is
more
May,
Black
though.
Ops 4 stuff sometime soonish.
Yeah, that'll be
Been all those
interesting.
leaks lately.
There's been
Reports.
4 Black Ops games. And
Yeah. There's been
the time
almost
is-
4 Black Ops games. Depending on the 4th game's release, there might be 4 before the sequel
I
comes
think
out.
there is, right? Isn't it supposed to come? I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't
Black
think
Ops
they
4, wasn't that the
Did they?
whole... Yeah, I thought they totally did.
October something, right?
It's
And this
October-
is what,
this is
October
26th.
26th, yeah.
Didn't they release that?
Which is
didn't
the
they-
day Back to the Future trilogy takes place.
We're talking about this, and I ain't here to make judgment on the way
Do you think that'll have anything to do
It's
with
a
Red Dead?
friend's birthday also, that's why I remembered it, but that'd be sick.
That's
Marty
such a-
McFly comes out of nowhere.
That's such a weird moment, and Back to
DeLorean
the
flies
Future 2, right? Is that what you're talking about?
1 and 2 take place on the same day. One is in 1958,
The future. Is that what you're
and
referring
then all 3 of them take place on October 26th. The third movie goes past that a little bit, but they all start on October 26th, just in different years.
a fella I used to know, and
Anyway,
Anyways.
well, I knew him too.
oh man, these escort missions got kind of.
Yeah, I
Tiresome.
replayed this game, or at least most of this game recently for that history of, and there's
Oh, yeah.
a lot of this, just kind of like riding along with someone while they talk.
Yeah, when after the trailer today, people should go over to either our YouTube channel or GameSpot. Jake did a video. Obviously, Jean-Luc, mainly Jean-Luc, but a bunch of people at GameSpot have contributed to Jean-Luc's series of history, like historical videos about different series. For this one specifically, Jake did the history of Red Dead Redemption, so you talked about Red Dead Revolver, this game itself in 2010, and obviously Onward now. Did you? I didn't get to watch. I forgot. I haven't watched in a while. I don't know how much you speculated about the second game in it, but it was mainly a historical look at the earlier games.
Yeah, I didn't.
But you can go
talk
watch that
much
after
about two.
Red Dead 2. I think if you started it now, it would not finish before the trailer. if I'm not mistaken.
They can run with their own.
I think so.
However, if you help us,
I remember the first time I played this game, I felt as if once you got to Mexico, it took a while for the pacing to kick back in. Like there's a slog in the middle, but obviously going into Mexico is that moment that everybody remembers.
The pacing in general in this game is kind of weird. I like it a lot, but like I know a lot of people like, all right, like a lot of the missions at the end should be cut because you're just spending time with your family essentially.
I like those.
I thought they were great.
Yeah.
But
I think those serve a purpose.
I do too. I mean, we won't spoil anything, but like, I think they do a good job of, you know, making that emotional, doubling down on that emotional impact at the end.
Are you a revolutionary? Is that why you're here?
I was once.
Oh my gosh. How far do I have to go?
Just that last trailer with like snow and the swamps and all that stuff. I mean, not that like the desert. I mean, you know, you can kind of argue it gets a little boring in ways. Like it's immersive and it looks awesome, but
It hits the Western idea, but also now that like I'd like them to get more into like Hateful Eight territory and.
Yeah.
But it is interesting you say Thieves Landing is a swamp because like thinking back so long ago, 8 years ago, it didn't always come across as a swamp to me. It was just like a
You're not helping them?
I mean,
vagabond's den in the desert.
we can head over there.
It was,
but
but it was
can we
fun.
go there and look at it?
I'm in the middle of this mission. Maybe I can leave the mission. But if I kill him, I'll fail.
What's his name?
I don't know. He's the general or
Yeah.
something. Just hit a cactus.
Just eat it on
It's
a
not letting me
cactus.
shoot him.
God, that would be a day ruiner. Just face plan to a cactus. I think I'm just gonna go home.
You know what? Stream's over.
He's a traitor.
Man, what will the online do though?
A coward and a sinner. I hear
I think it'll be very, very similar to
respect for the shit I look
GTA Online.
Like, even if it's in single player, you could probably expect heists and stuff like that too. You know, like.
Yeah. What I'm curious is like how progression will be, because like, you know, the more you play GTA 5, the cooler cars you get, the cooler houses you get. Or GTA Online. I'm curious what, like, do you get new horses? But I also imagine that they're gonna, like, I feel like maybe authenticity is not the right word, but I feel like the story is going to try to be grounded. While online, they'll probably have a little bit more fun. Like GTA 5, wouldn't there like flying cars and stuff? Or GTA Online?
Yeah, they had a
Well,
fucking jetpack bike recently.
I mean, the game's been out for what, 5-6 years?
Yeah.
Like they had. It's funny, like to think about that. Like the answer. I don't think we'll see flying cars in this.
No. But
you're
I
right.
bet there'll be like a Model T. You know, you can get like.
Like a double-headed horse.
Yeah, because even in the beginning of this, yeah, something like that, or maybe like the Horses of the Apocalypse from the
and behold,
Redemption.
I don't know. Who knows, right? Like you know, the expansion for this game was zombies,
man,
right?
this looks real good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, Undead Nightmare.
Like
That was
Santa,
also very
that's
much
his
its
name.
own.
that could happen. I mean, it would have to be grounded some way with like the setting, right? Like
Yeah.
I can see jetpacks, but maybe you'll see like
I think you'll see like
I can't wait for
wooden
train
jetpacks.
fucking train robberies.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, they
was-
showed that like how many times at the trailer. Like someone was coming out of a tunnel in the mountains.
That was also one thing that I was always kind of disappointed with this, is I think there's one mission where there's a train robbery, but it's not just like, if you see a train going by, like,
Well, there's this one. Right now you're defending the train.
defending it,
Yeah.
which is not what I want to do as an outlaw.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good point you bring up, and I want to talk about that. I'm hoping, obviously, the whole point of the first game was John Marston confronting his outlaw past, and like literally at first by the government being forced to go track him down, so they didn't take his land. But in Red Dead Redemption 2, I want to actually be an outlaw and have that fantasy, like the Western outlaw
it
fantasy.
seems like that's what they're definitely going
I hope
for.
so.
Like,
that one
especially-
shot of like that, it's like an old school bank vault blowing up behind Morgan as he's walking away.
Yeah.
That looked sick. I want to, like, I like the story of this, and I understand that the whole point of this was, like you said, redemption, but I really want to actually be this, like, fucking, like, outlaw who comes into town and people are immediately scared. So, like, real life.
The outlaw of GameSpot.
And I could see online being like both sides of that, in the sense of like you and your buddies defend a train, and then you come across random other players who are trying to prevent you.
That'd be cool, because there's no guarantee that there's going to be an attack, but like there could be.
Like incorporating like the free roam.
Yeah, almost like sort of like the Dark Zone in the Division, or what is it called? Is it the
Division?
Dark Zone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about. Actually, no, I don't want to talk about Battle Royale stuff. But yeah, the Dark Zone's a good way to bring it up. That would be. I'm curious how they'll do that, because GTA 5 they had heists, and that was like the main.
Yeah.
After you got.
Dark Zone Division. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought
The thing with that though is you were in your own session, right? So it was like, I mean, not Dark
right.
Zone, but like Heist. You're in your own session, so it's not like other players could mess with you. And I imagine I'm not going to want players messing with me other times, but it would be cool for like, almost like what are they called? Like social events or whatever. Like, oh, there's a train coming through. Like, you should defend it, and then it'll alert like another team, like, hey, you should rob this train.
Yeah.
Or another posse.
that is a good point, because they have a solution to that in GTA, right? Like they distinguish like, I guess, your more complicated missions or heists even with the free roam. And then free roam, if you wanted to not be disturbed by other people, you can go passive, right? That would be frustrating if I was going to attack a train and it's like a team of passive guys.
Because if you're playing GTA 5 online with friends, you still have to accept the possibility that other people just come and kill you, right?
Yeah. Well, you can set yourself so you can't hurt anyone and no one can hurt you.
Okay.
But
You see him as a ghost. It's, I don't know, it's been a while since
Gotcha.
It's
Been so long.
Yeah,
I don't think
no,
I played
that's
GTA Online since like 15.
since you were 15?
2015, sorry.
What the heck just happened? Oh my god.
Feels like an
I'm gonna
earthquake.
die.
Nah, you're good, dude.
I think I have.
Such a grungy dude, just a fucking cut off sleeve, fur-lined coat.
Any first thing?
Dude,
Moonshine? That's
Oh,
probably not
man.
gonna heal me.
Now's not the time.
Fall off.
Dude, I just want a sick bowler hat and be like a dentist.
Just a snake oil salesman.
I don't even want to kill anyone. I just want to be a dentist
That's
and
so
just rip people's teeth out.
That's
I
what
wanna
I'm
role
looking
play.
forward to. Yeah, like you never shut up about Sergeant Eli. He doesn't do that anymore, right? He's not allowed to.
No, that kind.
But like the role-playing potential in a Western as opposed to GTA 5, I'm excited to see what people do with it when like. So like if they're gonna do it like GTA Online, it won't be in full swing right away at launch unless they do it differently this time. Because GTA Online took how long to launch after GTA 5?
Couple months.
Yeah.
A month.
And then,
I'm not saying it's crazy long, but it won't be right on October 26th.
And then
maybe.
Heist was the
What
next
time
thing,
are we
which took
looking
a
at?
year, I want to say.
We
What time are
got
we
4
looking
more minutes. We got the countdown timer up on our
okay.
feed. If they do drop it at 8 in Rockstar, it's usually pretty punctual.
Yeah.
It'll be up in 4 minutes.
I mean, this is like, because knowing Rockstar, they're not gonna have anything at E3. This is probably the only thing we're gonna get in a while.
do you, in the meantime, do you want to watch the first one again? Do you have it ready or no?
I don't think we have time.
Okay. The first one was what, 30 seconds? You have to find it. Okay.
We could.
We just keep playing.
We could.
We'll keep playing. If you're just joining, or if you just joined recently, we're getting ready for Red Dead Redemption 2, the third trailer that Rockstar promised at 8 a.m. Pacific, so you got a countdown timer up there, about 3.5 minutes. And we're just playing Red Dead on our Xbox One X. This might not come across, but it's got the 4K support, and it's obviously one of the backwards compatible games through Microsoft now. And it looks very good.
That it does.
Yeah, it really does.
I was thinking, like,
Oh, that's the general. I wonder if I can kill him now.
I wonder if I
Marston,
want
come
to.
on.
Oh, you got a double barrel, right? What was I doing?
Absolutely nothing. I said enough.
Yeah.
That's it. I abandoned the train. Didn't I complete the mission? I guess I didn't.
So, coming up in 2.5 minutes.
Oh yeah. It is happening.
Oh, this mission's not over. All right. Let's go.
What is that? Okay.
Oh, now they're on the train?
Oh, they got the train. I was considering whether I should replay this game before 2 comes out. I don't think I'm going to, only because
It's long.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really good, and like,
How
the
long is it?
writing is
30.
so, yeah, it's probably like 30 hours. The writing is so far ahead of like even the games we see now at times.
It's because it doesn't always feel forced to. It like just often lets you just live in the Western world, which I mean, obviously their world building is at the top of its class, but it's always just fun to be on this Western, like on the plains in the actual desert. But it feels very much like they don't always need to be giving you something to do. You can just enjoy being here. I love that.
That's so cool.
All right, we got like a minute and a half.
Oh, you think there's gonna be like sandbox elements like derailing trains and stuff?
That'd be pretty cool.
Just just like crazy ass like collisions.
I'm assuming,
changing the tracks and doing a head-on collision?
I'm assuming instead of cars and stuff, you'll probably get like horse-drawn carriages with Gatling guns.
You know, another thing that I'm excited for about Red Dead that I feel like Red Dead 2 that we haven't talked about is this is the first chance like Rockstar is really going to be able to use the Rage engine on new consoles. Like GTA 5 was
that was
based
brought
off.
over.
Yeah, so I mean like the trailers as of now already look fantastic, but I'm
Yeah.
curious to see like how good they look in actual gameplay. All right, cool. I wonder though, actually I know you can, but one thing you can't do in this one is swim.
Jesus, especially when you jump like that. That was horrifying.
That's how it looks. That happens in a lot of
All right,
GTA.
40 seconds.
40 seconds.
All right. So, Rob, you think it's going to be character-based?
Yeah. Like
What's your pipe dream that you'll see today?
my pipe.
Like, what
my
is your
highest hopes?
That probably won't happen, but what do you want
Actual
to see?
gameplay, but cool.
Okay.
Actual gameplay, but I doubt it. Looks like the video has dropped. We are loading it up. Hang tight. If you want to see it here, and we're going to have a discussion about the trailer very soon after.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. But trust me, we will. Wake them up a little! This whole thing is pretty much done. We're more ghosts than people. You have got to keep faith. They will not crush us.
Good old Dutch. My best friend. You know how we met? Pair of hucksters trying to rob each other. Back in 78 or thereabouts.
You have to love yourself a fire. It's one of the blessings.
We're gonna switch players. That's the Rockstar.
We're going to switch to YouTube because the video we have, is, as you can see, keeps stalling. But it's supposedly on Rockstar's channel.
Yeah, that was the Rockstar channel. Now we're going to YouTube.
Oh, it was their site?
Okay.
That was their site.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone was watching it. It wasn't even like
Okay.
our end. Everyone was like flocking to it. So we're gonna get the YouTube version. Hang tight. That was looking pretty freaking sentimental.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. But trust me, we will. Wake them up a little. This whole thing is pretty much done. We're more ghosts than people. You have got to keep faith. They will not crush us.
Good old Dutch. My best friend. You know how we met? Pair of hucksters trying to rob each other. Back in 78 or thereabouts.
You have to love yourself a fire. It's one of the blessings. Sure, we can have fire. And we can have the knowledge of fire. But with that comes the knowledge of everything. This is a robbery.
Sons of Dutch. Makes us brothers. Sometimes brothers make mistakes.
You'll never change. I know that.
All of you venerate savagery. And you will die savagely.
Get out here! Stay strong. Stay with me. You have to love yourself a fire. Product not yet rated.
Looks dope. Do we want to replay it and start scrubbing through it on YouTube?
Yeah, should we watch it one more time?
Yeah.
Let's cut to PC real quick.
Was that John with a knife to his head with the scars on his face?
His haircut looked a lot like it.
No, but the scars.
Yeah,
he's got the scars across his cheek, right?
Yeah, I didn't notice that. We'll have to watch that
Oh
again.
no, these were fresh. They were stitches still.
Yeah.
Is that where
I
John's
think that,
scars
that
are?
could be where, yeah.
Hey, let's watch it one more time, and I'll give you feed for your PC.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna watch it
We'll just play through it one more time.
off the YouTube. Yeah, we're gonna watch it all the way through one more time.
Let's do it. Come on.
We don't want to kill any of you, but trust me, we will. Wake them up a little. This whole thing is pretty much done. We're more ghosts than people. You have got to keep faith. They will not crush us.
Good old Dutch. My best friend. You know how we met? Pair of hucksters trying to rob each other. Back in 78 or thereabouts.
You have to love yourself a fire. It's one of the blessings. Sure, we can have fire. And we can have the knowledge of fire. But with that comes the knowledge of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery.
Sons of Dutch. Makes us brothers. Sometimes brothers make mistakes.
You'll never change. I know that.
All of you venerate savagery. And you will die savagely.
Get out here! Stay strong. Stay with me. You have to love yourself a fire.
So that was definitely John Marston.
yeah.
Even before when he put him on his knees, it sounded like he's got that gruff voice. So that's really cool. It's going to be like a point where maybe a lot of outlaws, it's just not they're kind of holding on. He kept saying we're more ghosts than people now. It's almost like the rest of the West is moving on and everybody else is saying like, all right, quit doing this shit. But it seems like
the last outlaws.
Yeah. What did he say? One of the guy with the long hair said to Arthur, he said, we're sons of Dutch, that makes us brothers. Is Dutch the gang's leader?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a lot of sentiment between them. Seems like they're more than just outlaws. Seems like there's a lot of emotional stuff going on.
Yeah,
So
a lot of like desperate. Sorry, we're getting an echo.
they're just like hanging on to their old way of life. But so here, that's definitely John Marston, obviously with the scars. I don't know who that is with a knife to him, but so I'm trying to see like in the other clips whether he was like where he is in the gang.
Just break down every single frame. Start from the top.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you. But trust me, we will. Wake them up a little.
I think that's him on the end.
I love the idea of you. So like Dutch is more pronounced in this, right? Like clearly everyone's working for him, and like he will be such an interesting character alone. Of like, if you can imagine, where places that he could go, right? Like, just corruption within this Dutch's. What they call them? Dutch's what?
Dutch's gang.
Sons of Dutch.
Sons of Dutch. Like,
I don't know if that's their name, but he says we are Sons of Dutch.
yeah, like there was one line with another character that you could tell that he was like a diehard Dutch fan, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where he was like, we all like make mistakes, right?
Or he says that makes us brothers, but we still make mistakes. Yeah.
Right.
So was that Dutch?
Yeah, that was
talking
Dutch
to
right
Arthur,
there.
right? So it still seems like Arthur is the guy you're playing, if not for the whole time, then the majority of the time. And that's not. I'm trying to see.
God, that's so gorgeous.
There's a couple other shots. This is some gorgeous ash.
So the town they show later when that person's like kneeling in the alleyway or sitting, that's the town they first showed. I wonder if that's the same town. It looks like it.
Oh, it totally did.
Muddy streets.
It totally did.
What was he talking about? With the knowledge of fire comes knowledge of everything. I don't know what he's talking about. It sounds badass.
My guess is that like that since the gunslinger's dying, like the only way to kind of you have to just go all in, light yourself on fire.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch it a couple more times. Then.
This was cool.
Yeah, and this is actually interesting because I wonder.
There's the
I
fire
know,
he's
like,
talking about.
Exactly. But like, you know, GTA 4, GTA 5 had like a lot of shows you could go to. Like GTA 5, you could like go to the movie theater.
You could in Red Dead too, like the early movies.
Yeah, you could. So I imagine you just go to a show. Is that a tattoo?
Who's that?
This is my dentist character I want to be.
Wait,
who's giving Novocaine?
I don't know who that is.
What are you saying?
I was wondering who was injured. That's a long needle though. But yeah, it looks like, I don't know who that is. Someone with mutton chops.
God, my eyesight's so bad.
It's not Arthur or John. There's a lot more than 7 people there, so I wonder what's going on. Are those oil derricks?
They could be. In one of the earlier trailers, there was.
Do you see that thing to the
fire
left?
started by one.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it is. Look, no, that's just a smokestack to the right. Never mind.
I'm an oil man.
There's oil.
So family probably.
People die, or other gang members toward the end.
Other gang members. I could see that.
The way they're painting it is like the gang is way more of a family than like it. They're very in touch emotionally. It sounds like.
Right.
Dude, they're just all about feelings, you know?
Yeah, outlaws.
Outlaws and feelings. And here we go. Classic bank robbery. And that looks like a different scenario than what we saw in the other trailer. So, like, my guess is still that you're going to be, you know, the story's going to be centered around robbing banks and stuff like that.
Because also, I don't know who these people are.
So
there's Arthur, there's Dutch. So then there's Arthur, Dutch, John, Bill Williamson.
That could be Bill Williamson right there.
Yeah, right
with
in the middle. And then they keep showing that girl, too.
Is that a girl right there that I can't tell?
No.
Because he's the Native American that he was talking to in the other trailer where he was like, we
got
need
the
fire
same
power or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So the woman they keep showing, it couldn't be Bonnie, right?
No.
Bonnie's too young, and Bonnie was never a gang member. Bonnie was just a rancher.
But they showed 2 women, and actually, I might just be getting too, because we'll keep playing.
What if it was the lady you play as from the woman you play as from Red Dead Revolver? Remember what was her name?
I doubt it.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe.
Have they ever used another character besides Red from Red Dead Revolver?
No. The music's so
music.
Dude, the music is so good. And can I just say, man, it's like, to my point earlier in the stream, like, I am just loving the vegetation. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not so barren, but it's like, you know,
right.
It's a happy medium, right?
It's like, it looks like a Montana, you know, like as opposed to like Southern California, Arizona desert,
like a True Grit thing. But then there's that part where they, when he's holding up a lantern in that cabin and there's snow on their shoulders. So that part, maybe like, I don't know. That seems like a Hateful Eight kind of thing.
This guy just reminds me of Trevor in some way.
Yeah, I can see it.
So he's talking to. Is that the first time we've seen? No, never mind. He's part of the gang if he's saying we're Sons of Dutch.
Like the way he's, there's like so much like great direction here. You know what I mean? The way he's not even like making eye contact with him.
Yeah.
Like it just looks like a quick like passing by comment. Like, you know that's like
or
the
I don't
case.
know.
Like, you're gonna kill this guy.
The way he's talking, he's like another gang member. It looks like Arthur's just ashamed about something. He's hanging his head.
Or he's ashamed of what he did. Like they did something like messed up, and he's like he senses it. He's telling them to like get your act together.
And it makes sense right at the beginning. He's
Stop
like,
being
we're all
wuss.
ghosts now.
Yeah, right.
They're just hanging on to an ideal that's long since gone. So what's going on after this?
Never change.
So
Yeah,
pause
who's
her on
this?
her. So once again,
Is that Jack's mom?
No. Maybe because we see John Marston in the lore, the Red Dead Redemption lore. John Marston's mother was an unnamed prostitute, and his father died when he was young. Wonder if that's John Marston's mom.
She's pretty young.
And she's
pretty young, but he looks pretty
is
young
he,
in that
fresh.
what we were seeing later.
Well, let's keep on.
I don't know. I think John Marston's going to play a big, especially if that is in fact
chest
him.
armor?
Maybe.
I don't know what that is.
I know that.
What did she say?
You're never gonna change. I know that.
Oh shoot, my bad.
If she's talking to John, that's interesting because we already know he does change, kind of.
Never change.
Oh right.
Wait, right here. So,
Patrick Stewart.
so this is the dude that's narrating like the second half of the trailer. He's the one saying you're gonna die savagely or something.
Yeah.
And then I don't recognize. That's Dutch on the right,
Looks like
with his
Dutch
back.
on the right. Maybe.
Bill all the way to the left.
Yeah.
Look at them bowler hats. I want that.
So they look like lawmen.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on point.
Although I don't see a badge.
I mean, they both got bowler hats. Like they're kind of in sync in a way, right? You do red, I do gray.
Dentists, probably.
Dentists, fucking.
They want some free Invisalign. You're gonna hold them up. So after the next shot has a ton of people in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like most of the same crew.
So she
right?
keeps showing up. So she looks like one of the gang
Yeah,
members.
I think she's got to be part of the gang.
Yeah.
And that's Dutch front and center right there.
Dutch, yeah. Where is John here at all?
I don't think so. I think John gets recruited.
Oh,
Like
that'd be
forcibly.
sick. Like halfway through the
Forcibly.
game, you come across him. It seems like a cult, honestly, the way they talk about Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's messed up.
This
but
dude's got like
it's
a
great.
Springfield on the right. That gun, do you see that? That's not like a Winchester revolver action. That looks like a bolt action Springfield. That wouldn't make. Yeah, were they around in 1899?
I don't know.
I mean, World War I. What they would have been like
I don't know.
late
I mean,
second decade. I don't know. Anyway,
same manufacturer.
that looks like
yeah,
gameplay.
this looks a lot like gameplay, just like takedown moves. For sure, I thought the same.
The way the camera comes in behind him right there.
Yeah.
Fight clubs.
Yeah.
Fight clubs confirmed.
I actually missed this. Look at this.
That dude across
Look how
me.
that sweat glistens.
Those guys got oiled up. Couple of oil men.
This reminded me a lot of the of like the main town.
Armadillo?
Yeah, Armadillo.
No, Armadillo or Empire City?
I don't know.
Empire City is like the bigger one. That's the more civilized
Like
one.
the train is right behind him.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, we don't need to go all the way back, but when they are robbing that bank, that city looks pretty dang civilized. You can barely see in the background, but...
So this is a different scene.
God damn, look how good this game looks.
I know.
Like, it's like every shot.
The mocap, too, on his face, it almost looks like it looks really good. It reminds me a lot of, like, it didn't quite work in LA Noire. Like, it did and it didn't. It looks kind of funny, but it looks like they've kind of mastered what they attempted in LA Noire.
It's just the attention to detail in every aspect of like these
like-
buildings.
You can see how like his pockmarked face is just
Right. I like that he's a cop.
I mean,
Or like a form of like
he
the
seems-
federal like
yeah, governmental.
yeah.
Because I mean, there's no badge. He'd be showing it
Sure.
at that point, but
He's like a secret agent.
yeah.
Savage.
Is that the woman he's crawling toward? It looks like.
That that looks like whoever it is, it's blonde.
That looks like the woman.
Yeah, that
That's
looks
for
like
sure.
the woman.
She's got that blue scarf.
Yeah.
And the same like rolled up white shirt.
So this is Marston here, huh?
Yeah,
We think.
definitely him. I mean, the
Those
scars.
scars are
Like,
such a tell.
why go through the bother of showing
Right.
stitches?
And
like,
with-
oh
right.
shit, this is when he gets the scar.
The
Like,
story they've set up, like...
yeah.
He has to be in it. Which also another thing, the voice actor.
I'm sorry, keep going.
The voice actor for John Marston, I think Polygon did a thing on it. He like did that role and hasn't done anything since.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. Like, I imagine they got him back if they wanted to put him in this game.
All right, but like, so, all right, hold on. Go back like a second. I want you to hear the, do we have enough volume? I want you to hear the noise he makes when he goes down. And I know this sounds crazy, but like, we've heard John Marston grunt so much when jumping. Just listen to it. You can hear John Marston. Right there. That's so John Marston.
Yeah, you're right. When you first pointed
Enough,
out,
miss!
that is enough, miss.
Like that's, yeah, again, like the fact that they're going through enough trouble to show stitches, like, oh, this is a fresh wound.
Yeah, I think they recruit him in this game.
Because, yeah, some of the earlier shots don't have him.
Look at the dirt on the windowsill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's gotta be him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's him.
You don't have those
Yeah.
scars.
Yeah.
People ask where I got these scars.
They're on his right side, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, pull up a photo.
He totally looks younger, too.
Yeah. So my original theory I had before this, how a game takes place throughout the events, I don't think that's true at all.
It still could, right?
It still could.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You're gonna find, you're not gonna go through lengths
They're in
to
the
like
same
tie in that
exact
one
spots.
character to be his.
That's the exact same scar.
Yeah, you got on the phone.
And
That is
even
the
the scar
same.
on his mustache that he already has.
Show them.
Show them.
That's John Marston.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
I mean, news stories
Right,
right there right now.
wow. What's going on? Oh, so this is what I was talking about.
Yeah,
so that's
this is-
Bill
this is
Williamson in the middle,
up
right?
north,
It
right?
looks like him.
Which also another character I'm stoked to return.
Wait,
'cause I thought he was
wait.
great.
What did he say? So why is it looks like they found?
Stay strong. Stay with me.
It looks like he's pissed at like Bill Williamson for something, because that's Arthur, Dutch, and I don't know who the dude in the middle is, but it sounds like he's like maybe Bill was trying to get out, or whoever this is. I think it's Bill Williamson was trying to get out. It looks too much like Bill Williamson not to be, but like he's surrounded by other people.
I don't know if that would
Seems
make
really
sense for Red Dead Redemption though, because you would be hunting down the leader of the.
Right, but like it looks like he's trying to get Bill to like. It looks like there's like
Yeah.
some questions of whether they should still be doing this.
Okay, yeah, like a mutiny maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what. I feel like that's just going to be time and time again, and it's like you're just like crossing off your team until it's like you end up killing him, Dutch. That's
So
that's
is there-
actually-
Probably a pretty
Well, no,
good
there's
theory.
no-
yeah.
So there's no guarantee that like Bill will always be with the gang, right? You're hunting him down because the government said he did bad shit and they want to find him. So maybe by this point in the game he's done all that stuff and then he tries to get out. I don't know.
Hell yeah! This shot.
Yeah.
Wait, go back. Can you go back to that duel quick?
I can't.
That looked like gameplay almost too.
All right, zoom in on his face.
Enhance. No, this looks like gameplay when he. No. I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, I mean,
It could be.
Red
Also,
Dead
this
Redemption,
town-
you could do draws or duels like this, and that it would start out like that. And
Yeah.
then-
This town looks dilapidated.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I think this is Arthur. Actually, in the other shots where Arthur was tackling those people, he had a knife in the same
I
exact
can
spot.
see that. Yeah.
Or this is like, I don't know. I mean, obviously we were speculating.
Is that a
but
car?
I keep thinking that's like a tractor, but
It does look like a tractor.
It looks more like a wagon of some sort. You know, just dialing back like the beginning shots of the town's on fire and stuff. You know what I mean? Like this town looks like it's had some, or seen some stuff, like the building on the left there.
Yeah, this
looks
was.
like
But
it's-
also, there's telegram lines. Do you see those?
Yeah.
yeah,
All
you're
those
right.
poles going past. So that would. I mean, I don't know what that, but I just noticed that. I was like, wait, are those phone wires?
I think it takes place in 1899, based on that.
Yeah, about that.
Good call.
Just 2 shots. That's all he needs.
Pow! Right in the kisser. Yeah, the shot's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, this dials back to like these towns going up in flames, right? Like I don't know.
I guess there were telephones at this point. Just probably not too prevalent in the West. I don't know much about telephones. Well, you guys are right. It's definitely.
be mature.
You guys are right. It's definitely more character focused this time around.
Yeah.
It seems like. So what have we gathered that the gang itself, as the trailer actually made a point to narrate, is at a time when outlaws are not too much of a thing anymore. But it seems like Dutch and Sons of Dutch, if that's their name, or if that's just what the dude said, are still hanging on to that outlaw Wild West ideal. Yeah. And it seems like a lot of people are second guessing that, and Dutch is struggling to keep them
in line, in check.
That would be my guess, and I bet
the way he's talking just sounds so cultish. Like, we're a family. Like, you don't leave us behind. It does sound like has to convince them to keep doing this shit, and maybe Dutch is just has nothing else.
Yeah, like he seems so passionate about whatever ideals he set. You know, like and relentless in executing them. Like he will make sure.
There's not one mention of money. It's all about like we're brothers. You're with me. Like it's not like I don't know what he's talking about. Like a knowledge of fire. You have a knowledge of everything.
My guess is that Arthur Morgan. It seems like Arthur Morgan's kind of going to be Dutch's right hand man, kind of like the Muscles trying to rein everyone in. Yeah. But I think he'll come to the realization that like maybe I should be stepping away from this too. Mm-hmm. And I think Rob is right to an extent. Like I could see maybe people start dying, maybe you start hunting some down that like leave or something like that, or you're like, chasing after those who've defected.
Right, like there can be so many different ways of how each person respectively like handles this whole situation, right? Like whether they flee or whether they like stand, too far into Dutch's side and go through precautions. Like, I could see some really messed up stuff happening. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, my guess is that like they just get pushed further and further, do more messed up things, and that's like kind of why at the beginning of Red Dead Redemption, John Marston is tasked with hunting down it's what it seems like the remnants of this gang. Like it's Bill Williamson and then Dutch and so on.
That begs the question, like why is John the one the government went to get everybody else and not like Bill to get everybody else, and including John? Just because he had family and land and leverage?
Yeah, family, land, collateral. And leverage. And then also like, they make it pretty clear like John Marston was one of the smarter ones, right, of this. At least in Red Dead Redemption, like Bill Williamson wasn't supposed, like he was kind of an idiot.
And if that was his mom outside of the house, which the house looked like the porch from the first trailer, right? Or second trailer?
Yeah.
And not that was an uncommon sight to have like a wraparound porch, but if she was talking to John, if that was her talking to her son, John Marston, it does seem like he still has familial ties outside of Dutch. Yeah. So he's not completely devoted just to him.
You know what I'm curious can we bring up trailer 2, Rob?
Sure.
I'm curious if that woman we saw, not the woman in the gang, is also the same one that Arthur Morgan is talking to in trailer 2 at the funeral.
Oh, or so presumably he had killed John's dad, and
maybe
why would he go to that? If he went to the funeral, that's a power move.
Where are you talking in this?
Hold on, scroll. It's like this part. Scroll back a little bit. I think. Okay, play. I think we see her face. Maybe we don't see her face.
You're a wanted man, Mr. Morgan.
Maybe when your mother's finished mourning your father, I'll keep her in black.
It looks like the same house.
Yeah, it looks like, but I don't think that's John Marston. It doesn't look like the one.
He looks young there, though.
Morgan looks young?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a flashback thing. But
maybe that's John.
Because I think he looks more like Jack, like when he was a kid. Like obviously you play Jack at the end of Red. Spoilers. You play him when you finish Red Dead. You get to play as Jack, but he's a kid at the beginning, and I think that looks a lot like an older Jack.
But Arthur looks too young here for that to be the timeline.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But do we see her face? I don't know if we see her face at all. No, we just see her mourning.
I love that when they're hiding in the woods.
Yeah.
They chased us from the west. They chased us over the mountains.
We need an extra gun.
Oh, that was a different dude.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was a different dude.
Yeah, I guess he was.
They're civilized.
You're the only one of these fools that I trust.
So that makes...
This feels like a completely different game in a way, or like story. You know what I mean?
So this seems more like outlaw shit, like Renegade. The newest one makes it seem more like sentimental about it. It's like they're holding on to an idea of the West. But she Yeah, which she just, if she was talking to Arthur
yeah.
or John, she could have been talking to John. Maybe once they, like, because he's not a psycho. I don't know. But it sounds like, yeah, that reinforces the idea that they're like some of the last few outlaws. He said there's lawmen in 3 states. So, like.
Or if, like, the beginning of the game is, like, a combination of Dutches, the Sons of Dutch with whatever the main character, I forget his name, Arthur, right?
Arthur.
Like, if it's, you know, that blonde woman is with Arthur. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like a combination of 2 different styles of outlaws, and then conflict, and then I mean, you would imagine they all kind of wither away if that's the setup of this last trailer, saying that like it's the last remnants of these outlaws.
Man, just like watching these trailers again and seeing that new trailer, like what you said about the directing in these, the direction and all these. Like, say what you want about Rockstar, like they are so good with telling a story, and they know how to tell that story. They know how to tell it so well. And this is, I mean, it just looks like a continuation of everything they've built on top, or they're just building on top of everything they've done so far.
Yeah.
God, I'm so excited.
The trailer.
This last one has really made me excited now.
Obviously, like I joke about being 7 different playable characters. That's not going to happen. But this trailer reinforces the idea that there is definitely more than one. Or maybe not definitely. Sorry. It
I don't know.
implies to me, at least, the way I'm gathering, that there's more than. I mean, obviously, there's more than one playable character in Red Dead Redemption, like you said. But it's in this. I'd be surprised if we only play as Arthur Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, what if classic, like you play like the first 10 or so hours as him, and then all of a sudden you find yourself, camera comes down and you're just behind John Marston again, and you're like,
and it's like a Metal Gear Solid 2 Assassin's Creed thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow. And then it truly is a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to know how I got these scars? So it's kind of on the nose, literally, but like they show him with the stitches. Wonder how he got those.
God, that makes me so excited that Marston's gonna be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool that they did that too, you know?
It's
heard you guys like Marston.
It's a
close up.
Yeah, it's a testament to how much like you know these characters that I heard a grunt. I was like, oh fuck, that's him.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the scars. Like, yeah.
I'm amazed that they would show that in the trailer though.
So far into it?
Yeah, well,
like 3/4 into the trailer.
Well, I'm just like, I figured they either wouldn't show John Marston at all, like they'd wait until you play the game and then you'd see him, and you'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, like, but if you know the game, like, you know this is his gang, right? Like,
and you know he has to be in it. Like,
yeah, you know Bill. Did they mention Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption, or is this the first?
No.
Okay.
So that's
they mentioned Dutch and Bill Williamson, right?
They mentioned Dutch, Bill Williamson, and I think a couple others. But that's why I think Arthur Morgan's probably gonna have to die at the end of this game.
Yeah. What happens with Dutch in Red Dead Redemption? After you like the whole first,
I'm pretty sure.
The whole first story beat is finding Bill, and then the showdown at the fort, and then you think shit is done, but then you go after Dutch, and then obviously the whole Mexico.
And then you
story.
fight a bear.
Yeah. Well, cool. I guess that's pretty much everything that we wanted to get through today.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
How much there was to tackle on that. That's cool.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. If you want to go rewatch that, that'll be on our YouTube and GameSpot channels. Right?
Yeah.
And then obviously if you want to rewatch the stream and scrub through it, or like hit us up on Twitter or GameSpot and let us know what we missed, because I'm sure we missed a lot from the trailer. We're gonna go watch it again a few more times at our desks.
Yeah. I don't know if Jake, you had planned like another breakdown.
Yeah.
There's more. Like I'm sure Reddit will, tear this thing apart and find some more stuff that we have not. And if you have found anything, do put them in the comments of this live stream or whatever video we end up making a little bit later.
And go watch. Jake did a history of Red Dead Redemption if you want to kind of catch up on the series, whether you played it or not. Go check that out. And then we will be here throughout the week. Like I said, check back for trailer breakdowns. But other than that, we will be, I don't know, what else are we doing this week? Finish up God of War stuff.
I don't know what else we're doing.
There's
It's still pretty early.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's early for us.
Early for us.
All right, well, thanks everybody for joining so much. We know it was early morning for people on the West Coast, but if you're elsewhere, thanks for taking the time out of your day to come join us. But we will see you around. Thanks for joining. Bye.